Okay. Oh, we'll start with hands and knees. Have your block. Actually, have your block behind you. Bring the tops of your feet on that block. Then have your knees wide. So you bring your hips back to your heels. Lower your forearms down. Lower your forehead down. Now lift your forehead, lift your chest, lift your hips. You're going to take your feet now either side of that block. So your toes are either side of that block. Lift your hips up. You come into downward dog. So your feet should be either side of that block. Eye gaze in between your hands. Bring your knees back onto the mat. Untuck your toes. Bring your hips back to your heels. So now that block is in between your hips. You lower your chest, lower your forehead down. Come up to hands and knees. Now you're going to bring your toes onto that block. You lift your knees. Keep your knees bent. Walk your hands back to your feet so you're standing on that block. Bend your knees. You're in a squat. Now straighten your legs. Forward fold. You should feel that stretch in the back of your calves. Bend your knees. Walk your hands forward. Bring your knees back onto the mat. Untuck your toes. Bring your feet either side of that block. Hips back to your heels. Chest to thighs. Forehead down. Come up to hands and knees. Now I want you to just bring your right toes on that block. Press your right toes down. Take your left leg back. Right arm forward. We're just working our toes a little bit. Bring your right hand down. You're going to bring that left foot in between your hands. You start to lift that right knee off the block. So you're pressing your right foot down. So you should feel that stretch on your right calf. Your left knee is bent, so you're like in a lunge. Lower your right knee down. Bring your left knee down. Take your right toes off that block. Now you bring your left toes on the block. Press your left toes down. Take your right leg back, left arm forward. Lower your left hand down. Now bring your right foot forward. Take your left knee off the block, or left knee is off the mat. So your left toes are on there. Press your left heel down. You should feel that stretch on your left calf. Now lower your left knee down. Untuck your left toes. Bring your left foot either side of that block. As you bring your right knee down. So both feet are either side of that block. Hips back to your heels. Chest to thighs. Forehead down. Now come back up to hands and knees. We're going to add our weights. So right toes on the block. Take hold of that weight in your right hand as you take your left leg back, turn forward. Fingers are facing down. Bend your right elbow. Lower your weight down, right hand down, left foot in between your hands. Right knee off the mat. Now this time you're going to take that right foot and you place it in front of your block. So you think warrior two, kind of your feet should be your left toes are facing forward, your right toes are facing towards the right side. Chest is on your left thigh. Take hold of both weights in either hands. So you lift your chest, keep your chest forward, so you lift, keeping that left knee bent. Take your both arms up to the sky. Bend your elbows. You're going to lift that right heel. See if you can bring those right toes on the block. Straighten your arms, your chest towards your left thigh. Lift. It's a bit of balance, arms up. Bend your elbows, chest towards your thighs. Lower your weights down, hands down. You're going to release your right toes off that block to the right side of your block. You'll bring your left knee back onto the mat, right knee onto the mat. So you should hopefully be back in that position where your block is in between your feet. Left side, left toes on the block. Now I want to take your right leg back, left arm, you hold the weight with your left hand, left arm forward. Bend your left elbow, release your weight down. Bring your right foot forward in between your hands. Left knee off the mat as you straighten your left leg. Now you bring that left foot in front of your block. Your chest is facing forward. Take hold of both weights in either hands. You lift your chest, straighten your arms up. Bend your elbows. Lift your back heel. Left toes on that block. Straighten your arms up. Bend your elbows. Chest the thighs. Now this time I want you to step that left foot forward. Both knees are bent. Take your arms behind you and bring it in. Take it behind and in. Straighten your legs, straighten your arms up. Bend your elbows, chest to thighs, bend your knees. You'll step that right foot back, so right foot parallel on that block again. Left arm on your thigh, right arm up to the sky. Bend your right elbow. You're going to lift that left elbow, but keep it bent. Keep it bent. Then you straighten your right arm behind you, left arm over your head. Still keeping that left elbow bent. Now straighten your left leg. Start to lower that left elbow, keeping it bent. And only when it gets towards that left leg do you straighten it. Straighten your right arm up. Bend your left knee. Bend your right elbow. Bend your left elbow. Rotate your chest. You lift that back heel. Straighten your arms. Bend your elbows. Step your right foot forward. Left leg back. So chest forward. Left toes facing the left side. You lift your chest. Straighten your arms. Bend your elbows. Rotate your chest as you bring that right arm on your right side. You keep that left elbow bent as you take it over your head. Now you lower that left elbow behind you. You lift your right arm, your right elbow is still bent. As you straighten your left arm behind you, right elbow over your head. Straighten your right leg. Start to take that right elbow over your head. And only as it gets to your right arm, you straighten it. Left arm up to the sky. So you're in triangle. For 3, 2, 1. Bend your left elbow, bend your right knee, bend your right elbow, rotate your chest, lift your back heel, lower your weights down. Hands either side of your right foot. You're going to step that right foot backwards, either side of that block, left foot either. So both, that block should be in between your feet in your downward dog position. Now bring both toes onto the block as you lower to plank. Lower your knees. Bend your elbows, lower your chest. And then you lift. Come back up to downward dog. Step your right foot forward in between your hands. Lower your left foot in front of that block. Take hold of your weight. We'll go a little bit quicker, same thing. Lift your chest, arms up. Bend your elbows. Right arm to your thigh. Keep that left elbow bent over your head. Maybe you can take it further. So that left weight is near your right ear. Now take that left elbow back. As you lift your chest, you keep that right elbow bent. You take it over your head, straighten your left arm. Keep your right knee bent. Now straighten your right leg. Start to bring that right elbow down. Straighten it once it gets close to your right leg. Left arm up. Bend your left elbow. Bend your right knee. Take your hands, weights either side of your right foot. As you lift your back heel, step your left foot forward. Right leg back. You lift your chest, arms up. Bend your elbows. Left arm on your thigh, right arm over your head. Keep it bent. Start to bring that right elbow down. You lift your left elbow, straighten your right arm. Left elbow over your head. Straighten your left leg. Start to bring that left elbow down. Straighten it once it gets to your left leg. Right arm up. Bend your left elbow. You bend your right elbow. Rotate your chest. Want you to release the weights down. Hands on the mat. Step back to downward dog with your both toes on that block. Press your heels down as you feel that stretch in your calves. Lower to plank. Back up to downward dog. Lower to plank. Lower your knees. Bend your elbows. Lower your chest. Just hover. Lift back up. Back up to downward dog. Now I want to step halfway up your mat. Take hold. Bring that weight, that block, sorry, halfway up your mat. Take hold of your weight. Step onto your block. Both feet on the block. Bend your elbows. Keep your knees bent so you're in that chair pose. Weights, fingers facing up. Elbows to your chest. And we squat a little bit lower. Now you're going to take your left foot off the block and keep your right knee on there. And come all the way up. Straighten your arms up. Keep your right knee bent. Then straighten your right leg. Bend your elbows and bend. Take your arms behind you. and bring it in. Keep your chest forward, just swap legs and bring your left foot on the block. Straighten both legs. Bend your lower your elbows. You bend your left knee, chest towards your thighs, arms behind you, and bring it in. Now this time I'm going to take that left foot and you cross it over your right thigh. Bring your elbows in, fingers facing up. Bicep curls for 3, 2, 1. Now I want you to lower those weights for a minute. Lift your chest. You're going to take that left foot behind you. Arms out in front. Now take your right hand back and see if you can take hold of your left toes. Left arm out in front, so it's a reverse dancer's pose. Release your left hand. Lower your left foot to the other side of the block. Take your right foot. No, first of all, take all of the weights. Cross your right foot over your left. Bicep curls for 3, 2, 1. Start to lower your chest. You want to release those weights down. You take that right foot behind this time. Take your left hand to your right toes. Right arm out in front. See if you can lift it higher. Brilliant. Yes, let's release. Lower your left foot down. Just move to the weights to the side. Lift that block. Place on top of your mat. Walk your feet back so you're in downward dog. Lower to plank. Lower your knees. Untuck your toes. Hands either side of that block. Untuck your toes. Hips back to your heels. Chest to thighs. Forehead down. Come up to hands and knees. Tuck your toes. We're in downward dog. I go through your block as you walk your feet forward to the top of your mat, top of that block, and take a seat. Take a seat. Place your feet on that block. Take hold of your weights. Elbows tuck either side of your body. Fingers facing forward. And as you start to bring it back towards the mat, just straighten your arms. We come back up. And try and press your feet on that block. So we lower and we lift. We lower and we lift. We lower and we hold. Come back forward. Release your weights. Have your feet either side of that block. Take your arms out in front of you, palms facing. And this time we're going to bring it back all the way down on the mat. Actually, come up, let's use our weight. Let's use our weight. So start to bend your elbows, bringing that weight to your chest as you bring it back all the way down. And if it touches the mat, you take your arms over your head. Keep it lifted. You bend your elbows. And slowly start to peel your back off the mat as you lift. So you should start with your elbows bent. Now straighten as you lower. Lower your back. Arms over your head. Take it back up to the sky. Bend your elbows. Start to peel your back off the mat. Let's do one more like this. So we lower. I think this time let's add our leg. So if you take your back down, you take your right leg up to the sky, arms over your head. Want you to bend your right knee. Take your arms up. Lower your right foot down. Bend your elbows and start to lift your back off the mat. Come forward. Left side, so straighten your arms, lower your back. Arms up, left leg up. Arms over, back to the sky. Bend your left knee, bend your elbows. Lower your left foot down. Then come back up. Release your weight. Cross your ankles, or you bring your knees together. Hands either side of your block. Let's come to that low squat. So toes either side of the mat, heels in, toes out. Let's take hold of that block again. We'll do bicep curls. Straighten your arms, bring your back of your hands on that block. And your weight to your chest. So lower. And lift. Lower. And lift. One more time, lower. And lift. Lower your hips. Now I'm going to rotate your knees to the right side. So you have your right foot in front of your left thigh and twist behind you, taking that weight behind you. Now see if you can start to move that weight further away so you can lower your chest. Maybe you can bring your forearms down. Now you lift your forearms off the mat. Bring that weight closer to your body. You should come back to center, lift your knees, and we just go the other way. So now your left foot should be in front of your right thigh. You twist behind you. Push that weight away. You lower your forearms down. Lift your forearms up, bring that weight closer to your body. Come back to center. Now bring the soles of your feet together, but I want you to actually bring your soles of your feet into that block. So elbows inside of your knees as you hold that weight. So you're pressing the soles of your feet together. You should feel it more inside your inner thighs. Let's hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now can you take your elbows lower? So maybe it's some of the inside your calves. Press that block. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now I want you to take it even lower. Let's hold for 5 more. 3, 2, 1. Now one more. Can you take it a bit lower? 3, 2, 1. Release the weight. Hands outside your knees as you lift your knees. Cross your ankles or bring your knees together. Hands either side of that block as we come up to downward dog. Lower to plank. Lower your knees, bend your elbows. You're going to lower your chest and you just tap it onto that block. And you lift. Back up to downward dog. Against your block as you walk your feet forward. Bend your knees. Hands behind you as you take a seat. Take hold of that weight again. Feet off the mat. You can have your knees bent or straight. Let's hold. Elbows tucked either side of your body. Point your toes. For 3, 2, 1. Cross your ankles. Take your arms around your shins. You're still holding on that weight, chest to thighs. Keep your feet lifted. Press your shoulders down. For 3, 2, 1. Uncross your ankles. Take your arms up. You can have your knees bent or straight. 3, 2, 1. Cross your ankles lower. 1, 2. Let's do one more. 3, 2, 1. Cross your ankles. Let's hold. Let's do one more actually. For 3, 2, 1. Cross and hold. Lower your feet down. Release your weight. Now leave your left knee where it is and take your right knee behind you. And you bring that left foot now to your right thigh. Just move that block away for a minute. And take your hands over to the left side so you rest your chest on your left thigh. Lower your right forearm down, left forearm down. You lift your chest. Now I want you to take that right leg wide, left foot in your groin. Slide your right hand down the right leg onto your right toes. Left elbow back and take your left arm open. Rotate your chest towards your right leg. Maybe you can bring your left hand onto your right hand. You start to bend that right knee. Take that right leg out, up to the sky in front of you. Take your left hand outside of that right leg. You take your right arm up. Follow that right arm behind you. You should take it wrap it around your back, around your waist. You bend your right knee and place your right foot over your left thigh. So we start in that twist. Left elbow over your right knee. Come to center. Let's twist the other way. Right hand to your right ankle, left, and your back. Twist the other way. We'll come to center. Place that right foot onto the mat. We just swap sides. You bring your left knee up. And then we bend your right knee. And you take your left knee back. So your right foot should be in front of your left thigh. So we're just twisting the other way. Both arms over your right thigh. You lower your left forearm down. Lift your chest. So take that left leg wide. Your right foot should be in your groin. Slide your left hand down your left leg onto your left toes. Right elbow back. Right arm over your head. Rotate your chest towards your left leg. Maybe you can bring your right hand to your left hand. Start to bend that left knee. Place it out in front of you as you straighten. That right hand side of your left foot. Take your left arm up. Follow it behind you as you start to bend your left knee. Place it over your right foot. Left arm round your back. Right elbow over your left knee. For 3, 2, 1. Let's twist the other way. Left hand to left ankle. Right arm round your back. Come to center. Let's uncross both knees on top of each other. Let's come to hands and knees. Want you to round your back and bring your chin to chest. Exhale, arch your back. Okay. Round your back. Now just stay with that rounded back. Then bring it back to neutral spine. And take that right arm underneath your left as you lower your right ear down. And take your left arm up and wrap it around your back, round your waist. Release your left arm up. Lower your left head down. Lift your right ear off the mat and take that right arm all the way up to the sky. Lower your right hand down. Inhale, round your back. Exhale, bring it back to neutral spine. Take your left arm underneath your right as you lower your left ear down. Right arm up and round. Right arm up. Lower your right hand down. Left ear off the mat as you take your left arm up to the sky. Lower your left hand down. Tuck your toes. Knees off the mat if you come into downward. Walk your feet forward to your hands. Bend your knees. Hands behind you as you lower your hips. Cross your ankles. Possible cross in the opposite direction to how you would normally cross. Take your arms up. Interlace your fingers and you take your arms to the right. I want you to round your back as you take your arms out in front of you. Take it to the left. Back up to the sky. Now let's take it to the left. Round your back out in front of you. You take it to the right. Make sure your head stays in your arms. Back up to the sky. Release your hands and take your arms behind you. As you take hold of your opposite elbows, push your chest forward. And then start to lower your chest towards the mat. Now I want you to release your left arm out in front and you're going to rotate your chest towards your right. So you keep that right arm around your back. Maybe you bring it into that crease of your left hip. And come to center. And you bring your left forearm around you, right? And take your right arm out in front and you twist towards the left. Now rotate forward. Release your left forearm out in front. Lower your chin to chest. Interlace your fingers. Lift your chest and take your arms all the way up. Release your hands to prayer. And lower your thumbs to your forehead. For closing your thoughts. To your legs. For closing your words. And onto your breastbone. Take it down. Close your hand. May the light of me honor. The light in you. Namaste.